Where do we begin?
Where do we begin?
I guess we'll just talk about our symptoms first.
Well, I'll talk about the chilling events prior to our diagnosis.
Sure. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So me and Joey wanted to come on here to talk about our experience that we had. And that was that we tested positive for COVID a month ago.
The coronavirus.
Yeah, it happened. Where do we begin?
Where do we begin?
I guess we'll just talk about our symptoms first.
Well, I'll talk about the chilling events prior to our diagnosis.
Sure.
I came here to work, and I was, instead of being paid, I was paid with the deal of death. It's going around. And I'm super safe. I'm in a bubble, and you're in a bubble.
Same. So we had a virtual press day where I was promoting Beach Cabana, and we were talking to like 5 outlets, and it was literally in my basement. It was just me and Joey, and
just the two of us.
We were just the two of us, and we were, calling people on the computer and talking about it. And then the next day, Joey calls me and he goes, "I tested positive for coroners," and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's happening!"
And I didn't know how, because Nicole, we were super safe. I would consider ourselves very, very safe, because before I even came here, I made sure I got a test before I came to Nicole's house, because I was in New York City, where I live, and I was like, let's be safe. I did go to one party, but everyone was tested at that party beforehand. Yeah. So everyone was doing a lot of testing. So I came here, but before I got here, I got the test, and I was negative. So I was like, so when I told Nicole, I was like, I thought that I brought it from somewhere else, and I just wasn't getting the results yet, until I found the bombshell secret that there was an intruder, a viral intruder, if you will, that attended Nicole's house.
So I ended up having our family here that we see every Sunday, and basically all of our family is very, very safe.
Would you like to call her name out by name?
No, it's not her. But, we have about 10 kids in our family, and we're pretty sure that one of the kids was asymptomatic, and that's how we all contracted it. So I got it.
And then she politely gave it to me.
I politely gave it to him without even knowing. And then, a couple people in the family got it, and we had to quarantine. It was really, really scary. So right when I found out I got it, it was February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And I was super bummed because me and Gianni planned, this nice Valentine's dinner. We never go to dinner because, with the kids and everything. So I was really upset about that.
They got a bunch of toys online, and they were going to make a bubble bath.
Sick. But yeah, so I ended up, right when I found out, I quarantined myself in my room.
Same.
But that morning, before I got tested, I was all over the kids. We were all on the couch together snuggling. So I was like, all right, I think it's bound that they're gonna get it. But I ended up quarantining anyway. They tested again 4 days later, because you have to wait till it shows up in your system.
It's gotta get in there.
And everyone ended up testing positive in my house. So
that's news breaking. No one knows about that.
I think I said it somewhere.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Now, thank God. We'll get to our symptoms. Thank God that the kids were, they were all fine.
Yeah. Didn't really affect my kids. I mean, Angela had a cough for a day, and then Lorenzo had a headache, and Giovanna, nothing. So I'm grateful that the kids didn't feel anything, but let's talk about our symptoms.
Well, I had a cough. Mine started with, I had all the symptoms and then some, because I ended up burning my off as well, as a side thing. I added an extra ante to it.
He literally almost died.
Yes. So my first symptoms was the first day I was getting a cough, and I was just I thought it was because I was e-vaping cigarettes the night before and drinking, like a fish.
Yeah.
I'm a drunk. So I thought it was just I was smoking e-cigarettes and I had a little cough. I was like, oh, this will go away. And I of course was Googling hungover or coronavirus like I do every week to find out what my symptoms are, and I checked them off. But then oh, sorry, this is my doctor calling.
Calm down.
I had the cough.
Checking you through
I had the cough. It started, and the next day it was like a snowball effect for me. It just the next day, then I got the chills, which is the worst. But the body aches were the worst part. So chills, body aches. I didn't have a fever really the entire time until toward the end when I got the fever. But I didn't have any fever. But it was like I felt like, and I described something. I quote: I felt like I smoked 2,000 cigarettes and was screaming at the top of my lungs. Then swallowed a lemon and got hit by a truck. That's what it felt like. It felt like there was a ball in my throat, sore throat. My whole body ached, and I felt everything. I can feel every cell on my skin and every single hair on my body had nerves, and it was like, it felt like if I just went like this, it was like nauseating, and like, so, and I had the runs. I lost my taste. I couldn't smell. I was so tired and like out of breath, like just getting up out of the bed. I was to walk to the bathroom, I was out of breath.
So mine started with a sinus infection, a sinus. So I just thought I had a cold, and I went in the Z-Pack, and I got all
you
this
snort,
medicine.
correct?
Oh my God, I don't do drugs.
Okay.
I tell you that right
She
now.
does it with in the bathroom.
No, we do not do drugs. So I ended up feeling very congested. I had like a little cough, and I just felt like I couldn't move, and I was on the couch. I thought I had a sinus infection. And then that's how it started, and that was probably my worst day.
She got over it real quick.
Couch. Well, I'm hoping it's because like I work out a lot and I run. You don't really run.
No.
So I'm very active. I work out every single day for like 2 hours.
Right.
So I think that helped. And
You don't
also
eat,
I'm
you don't
eating very
smoke,
healthy.
you don't eat vape, you don't drink as much as I do.
I drink
And
once
you're
a
not
week.
fat.
You're not fat either. You just lost 200 pounds.
I know. But I'm saying, I'm a Husker Grant, I'm older. I'm an older gentleman.
Yeah, he's
Believe
in
it or
his
not, I'm
40s.
72 years old.
So the only thing that was really bad for me was the sinus infection, which I felt, but that went away quick because then I started like, the COVID antibiotics. And then just 2 days, I was just really, really tired. Like I had no energy. I didn't want to move. I didn't get the chills as bad as you.
Oh,
I
those are
got
the
them
worst.
a little bit, but my body did feel like I worked out
My teeth
really
were
hard.
chattering like I was in a cartoon.
That's the worst
I was like,
because that also makes you lose a lot of energy because like your body's tense for literally hours. So I didn't get it as bad as Joey, but I mean it wasn't a cakewalk.
Not at all. And the scariest part is the unknown. I have to say, someone like myself who has a hypochondriac. Nicole is not a hypochondriac at all. Like she's like
We're the total opposite.
total opposite. Like I'm literally every day. I think that I'm terminally ill, and it's my last day on earth.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
But so me getting this, but I knew I had to be smart about it and like not like overdo it myself. But there's just the unknown is the scariest part because a person could be, there's so many stories, and I have unfortunately lost several friends to this disease. And young people, older people, but it's like COVID has no restrictions.
It literally affects everyone different. Even people that do work out and they're like marathon runners, it can really put them in the hospital.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or
scary.
reason. They're not choosy, those coroners. They'll take anyone out. So like the unknown and not knowing what could happen, because like you'll be fine one day, and then 3 days later you're still testing positive, and then you could be in the ICU on a ventilator. It's like.
Ugh.
So thank
So
God
scary.
we have since tested negative and we are cleared.
Yeah.
Now we just have to wait for our turn to get the vaccine. At this point, we're not. Maybe I am because I'm fat
And you're old.
and old.
But I didn't lose my taste until like a week
That
in.
was the worst.
And I lost it for 2 weeks. And it was so weird because like the taste of something, like it's in your brain,
Yes.
but you're not actually tasting it. I can't
I
describe
tasted
it.
sweet still. Did you always taste sweet?
No, Gianni, he said everything was like sweet and weird.
Everything was sweet and weird for me too.
I actually lost my full taste. I couldn't taste a thing.
The only thing I could have tasted was oranges, like cuties. But then I stopped tasting the actual citrus of it, and it was just the sweet. But everything was super, super sweet. I was eating. It was weird. But you couldn't taste anything.
And it's literally almost
which
a
sucked.
month and a half after, and I still can't smell fully.
No.
I can't really smell yet.
Yeah, I can't. I have candles in my house, and normally they're like very, very strong, and I can hardly smell them now. I'm like, are these old? What's wrong with this? And
I know,
I realized
same.
That Corona took my smell away.
So I don't know how I got my taste back. I saw all these remedies. So what I did was
I
had 3 martinis, and then at night I had
With Dolores Catan from The Real Housewives.
and then I had a hot lemon tea. And then it came back the next day. So I don't know if it was the martinis or the hot lemon tea, but it worked. How'd you get your taste back?
I just kind of started coming back. I started smelling.
So you didn't do any remedies like the orange peel?
No, I'm not boiling no orange. What do you get to burn an orange?
Yeah, and then eat it.
No, I didn't do that.
That didn't work.
I just waited it out, and I had no appetite. That's the other thing is I lost like 20 pounds.
Oh, I lost 6 pounds.
Yeah.
So
I lost
fun.
almost 20 pounds because I wasn't like, I had no desire to eat anything. Like
Yeah.
when you did even like you have to eat. I had no desire because I couldn't taste it. It's like, what the hell's the point? That's like
Same.
masturbating with a condom on. I was like, no, thank you.
There's children here.
But I used a phonetic word. I didn't say J-O. But it was like there was no point in eating anyway because I couldn't taste it, and I was sick. But now I know what you're all wondering about, and we'll have to leave the cliffhanger. How did I burn my off? Is he still here?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Earmuffs, Lorenzo.
Oh my God. All right, PG words, please.
Yes. So I was lucky enough. Actually, I don't know how lucky I am. Someone found out my address, and I'm not complaining about it. They started sending me stuff. Like, all fans started sending me, which I'm so thankful for, and it really helped me because another scary part is, Nick, even though you were alone in your room and you were quarantined, at least you had people around you to make sure you feel safe and sane.
Well, you had Leah. She was dropping you off.
She would come over, but I lived by myself, and I couldn't see another soul. I didn't see another soul for 3 weeks.
You could have seen her through the window.
I saw her through the like a prison thing. She had to open one door and I shut the other one, and she would bring me groceries. But so I had, like, I couldn't go out to the stores because I was contagious. So this fan sent me this machine, this Vicks, her father, you know who you are, I forgot your name, girl, sorry. Her father was 70-something years old and very high risk, and she nursed this guy back to health, and he was, ended up being fine. So she sent me everything that she ever gave him, all the vitamins. Oh, that's another thing. We did once you get it, you have to take zinc, vitamin C, 5,000 milligrams.
Yeah, there's like a ton
vitamin
of remedies.
D, and Tylenol. You can't take anything else but Tylenol.
Yeah, don't take Advil.
Don't take Advil.
Because I think it worsens the symptoms.
Yeah, you can't take Advil. It's anti-inflammatory, and
just listen to your doctor.
Listen to what your doctor says. So the nice lady sent me this Vicks vapor machine. So it's supposed to steam and open your lungs up. So it's filled with water, and then there's this you put your face in it here, and you put these little Vicks things, and it was feeling really good. I was opening my lungs up and breathing it in. But then I also wanted to take a video of myself doing it, so I can cute and post it on Instagram. So I was like,
he's an influencer.
Being dramatic, I was like this, fully nude, because I haven't, I had no time for clothes. I was battling COVID, and so I was there, and then all of a sudden I get the shakes or something, and I drop it. The boiling hot water drips all over my piscadillo, my bolindas, my thighs, and my pubic area, the whole thing.
Now, what was your first reaction? Like, did you scream?
I screamed, but then I was launched out of my seat like the Roadrunner. I just jumped right up, and
you threw up.
No, it was the most horrible thing. The pain was like nothing else. It felt like
childbirth.
I could not believe what just happened, and it's almost like I was like hit by a car, or like something the most horrific thing. Like, I could not believe that, or like my arm got cut off or something. That's what it felt like. It was like that dramatic, like, oh my god, like what like I had no idea what to do. So I run right in the shower. Thank God I was new, and I started putting the cold water, letting it go on my piscadillo, and then it was the most excruciating pain I've ever experienced in my entire life. I just started projectile vomiting and shitting myself in the shower. It was coming out of both ends because I was so sick from the pain. It's coming down my leg. I'm heaving in the shower like this, all while
and everything's burned, like 3rd degree.
3rd degree burns. So I automatically call the cops.
How are you now?
I am like a newborn baby down there. And now, well, thank God. I had to shave my bush off because I couldn't get the ointments and lotions and potions in there. So I had to buzz it all off. Not only did I do that, I had to send my nude photos of my exposing myself to several medical team members because I couldn't go to the doctors because I had corona.
COVID.
So I couldn't go to the doctor's office. Or if I went to the hospital, they were going to put me in a COVID unit, and I just thought that was too much karma. I thought I would never get out of there. I was not going to go to the COVID unit. So I had to take pictures of my nude body and then FaceTime this woman. Thank God it was a woman and not a guy, because that would be embarrassing. Now, normally we'd think the opposite. Do you prefer a male or female gynecologist?
I mean, I prefer female, but mine's a male.
Well, so yeah, I would prefer a male. I would prefer a female as well.
Because you're a female.
I'm not attracted to them.
Yeah.
So I had to this woman had to look at my piscadillo, and she wanted me to go to the burn unit. I was like, that's dramatic. But it hurt. So then the skin started peeling off, and I put some creams and stuff on it. But then eventually everything dried up, and it was like a snake. I was just the whole. I made a fake with my skin, pescadillo, with the skin. I was shedding like a cobra, and everything came off, and now I am smooth as a daisy. Thank God there's no stains. Not stains. What are those called?
Stains.
No, thank God there's no
scars.
Scars. And I recovered, but that was a nail in the coffin of a experience that I hope no one has to ever deal with.
Yeah.
But everyone's symptoms are different.
My beach off, so
that was good to say. To talk to your doctor and listen to what you're saying with your, as we learn more about the disease.
Definitely don't take our advice when it comes to trying to heal from COVID. Listen to your doctor. I mean, I just kind of listen to all the remedies of people telling me how to get my taste back, So that's what I listened for.
You don't sleep on your back. You can't sleep on your back because it crushes your lungs.
Yeah.
And makes you not breathe. So you always have to sleep on your stomach. That was another shitty part.
I hate sleeping on my stomach.
And I remember I had a freshly burned off another region.
Yeesh.
So I had to lay on that painful area on the stomach.
Yeah.
With the chills. It was just like, while I'm coming out of both ends, it just was not a good time.
It was a nightmare.
I didn't think I was going to make it out.
But you did, and you're stronger than ever.
Yes.
And I feel like we're just grateful for being healthy and,
Yeah.
I'm thankful for not burning
and
my
I
leash off.
hope that we all realize that everyone deals with things differently, and this is just our take on our experience and what we went through, and we try to find something funny in any situation.
We always try to find humor in shitty situations. So
and by no means do we think that
we
this
don't want to
is
offend anyone, because
taken
obviously
lightly.
there was a lot of people that were lost with COVID.
Absolutely.
I mean, we know people, so we definitely don't want to offend you. We're not taking COVID lightly.
Not at all.
But because we went through it and it wasn't great.
I got the goosebumps.
But yeah,
Have it again?
we're assholes and we like to find the humor and things to make us feel better.
Yeah, and we're just sharing our experience. So I'm sure a lot of you have dealt with it.
different for
Everyone, let's go in
everyone.
the comments and start a dialogue. If you have some great advice, something helped you, something that was good,
Yes.
bad, or if you burned your own piece of deal off, let us sound off below.
Yeah. But we are so excited to announce after this video that today, hopefully if Kara gets this video up in time, we are doing our live podcast show on Looped. So I don't know if you guys have came to our live podcast show before the pandemic, but it was a hot mess. And
So
we were
much
literally touring, and I feel like we were getting as big as Sebastian Maniscalco.
I know. We were chilling out arenas.
We were killing it, and coronas happened, so I'm sure things aren't going to open like theater-wise until probably next year. So we decided we were going to do a live podcast show with Looped, and it's going to be Friday at 8 p.m. So we'll see you there, and we will throw in the link.
Just go to loopedlive.com loopedlive.com/Snooki and Joey,
Boom.
and you get your tickets. Tickets are super cheap; they're only $15. And if you want to do a meet and greet with us, you can do that as well. That means we go like this on the phone, we FaceTime each other afterwards, which is super, super fun. And I did it yesterday with some fans. You can screen grab it and record it and get your own sample so you can keep it forever.
So it's literally like we're FaceTiming each other.
Yeah, it's well worth the money. So if you're going to come to the show, I can't wait to see you, and make sure you get your wine and be open-minded.
Yes, we have a lot of Crusaders coming already, so we can't
Over
wait to...
1,000.
Yes, we're so excited. It's going to be a fun time, a nice Friday in, but like we're all also kind of out, hanging out with each other. So we will see you there Friday, 8 p.m. Get your wines ready, and we are excited to entertain.
See you there.
All right, comment below. We love you. Mwah. Subscribe.